Hello friends on YouTube. In today's video we're gonna learn how JavaScript promises work. If this is your first time, welcome. Make sure to join us by subscribing to the channel. So let's get started. I'm gonna tell you guys a story. Let's imagine that you're a superstar. Let's say you're a movie star and you get all of these fans that are asking you all the time, when is the next movie coming? When is the next movie coming? And when is the release? And so forth. I could just imagine the stress you would have because you might not know when the release is, otherwise you could just answer all of them. So what you do instead is that you tell all of them to sign up for your newsletter and you promise to get back to them when you get the information. This is the real life of promising, and it's the same in JavaScript. So let's make sure our own promises get fulfilled and explore built-in APIs we use daily as developers. So I got Visual Studio Code here. I just created a folder called promises. You can call it anything that you guys want, and it's just containing two files, app.js and index.html. So in the index.html, I just have a boilerplate, as you guys can see here, with nothing in content, and I just have a script tag which links to app.js, and app.js doesn't contain anything yet because we're going to work right here. So when we are going to write promises, it's kind of easy. We just say const and the name of the promise. I'm going to call this one I promise, and now you say new promise because this is an object, and then it takes in a callback function. And the callback function has two parameters, a resolve and a reject. So everything that we write inside here, the logic code, is going to resolve either to resolved or rejected response. Okay, so we can say const fulfill, which is going to be a boolean, and we're going to say false to begin with. And we say if it's fulfilled, we say resolve, movie will be released next month. Else, if it's not fulfilled, we're gonna say reject, movie won't be released yet. All right, so now that we have that, we can just say console.log I promise, the name of the promise that we created. I'm going to use the extension called live server, so we're just gonna click on extensions and download live server. When you got that, you can just go to index.html, right click and click on open live server, or at the very bottom you're gonna say open. Okay, so when you get that, you will see it like this. So I just opened the console, and right now we can see promise is rejected, movie won't be released yet, because the fulfilled variable was false to begin with. So if we change the fulfilled to true, now we go back, it says fulfilled, movie will be released next month. So that looks like the promise that we made got fulfilled. Okay, so this is some kind of easy promise that we just created, but in the future, or when you're going to develop real applications, you're gonna see this type of promises coming over and over again. So either you can write it or someone else will write it. So if we just see the response that we got back, if we want to just have the information back here so we can send it to our fans that have been asking us all the time, what we can do is, instead of console.logging, we can say I promise, and then we attach .then and response as a callback, and we say console.log response. Now that you get that, it will say movie will be released next month. So if we go back, change to false, now movie won't be released yet because it got rejected. Okay, so now let's see a real promise that we use daily as developers when we're going to fetch information either from an API or just a plain website. So I'm going to use a website called JSON placeholder. You can just go JSON placeholder and Google it and you will see it. All right, so what we want from here is the resources, and then we're going to choose the user's resource. Okay, so it looks something like this, which is JSON. Hopefully I'm going to make a video about this also in the future, so make sure to like the video, subscribe, and copy the link or the URI up there, and then go back here. So you can either take a screenshot or look at this later on, because I'm going to delete it. Now let's say fetch, which is the built-in API in the browsers, and it takes in a URI, request info, and then you want to paste that in. Now you want to say then, when we get a response, console log it to see what we get back. So we say like that, save it, go back. Now we can see response. The status is 200, which is okay. And then we get the body, and the body is just a readable stream, and the readable stream is just byte data. So we need to convert that to the corresponding, as we see here, JSON. So in Visual Studio Code, instead of console logging, we can say response.json, like that. After we got that, we need to output the data we just converted to JSON. So we're gonna call this one data, which is also a callback. And now we can say console.log data. All right, so now we got the information. So we got all the users from the API as we saw there. So Leon, Erwin, Howell, or everything. So you can use this anywhere in any API someone creates, and you can build anything, applications from there. But the most important thing that you guys need to understand is that promises have a resolve state or a reject state. So if this video helped you out, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more videos like this. Have a nice day.